Hi guys, welcome. So today's practice is a continuation of Monday's practice. It is a slow and strong heart opening flow, so back bend and heart focused. When you're ready, let's find ourselves in Virasana at the back of our mat, so sitting on our shins. You can place your hands on your thighs and just take a moment to stop before we start and settle into the physical shape. Notice how your body's feeling today. Notice how the ankles feel as they touch the earth, how your shins feel, and the warmth of your hands. And then draw yourself back a little bit into the space behind you so that you're stacking the top row of the teeth on top of the shoulders, on top of the hips. Lengthening the spine and drawing your shoulder blades away from the ears. Let's place the left hand at the heart space and the right hand on top of the left hand. And take 3 breaths. And I invite you to think about something that you feel grateful for. It could be a person, anything small or big in your life. And allow that feeling of gratitude to really permeate through the whole body. And feeling that sense of aliveness, awake. The feeling of gratitude and warmth. Take one more breath here, really breathing into the sides of your waist. Exhale, lower the hands on the thighs. And then reach the hands up to the sky, lengthening your spine, looking up towards the fingers. Lower the left hand down to the floor and reach the right hand up and over to the left side, really anchoring down through your sit bones, creating space in the right side of the body. Inhale, coming back to center, reaching both hands up and over to the other side, lowering the right hand down to the floor, reaching the left hand up and over. And breathing into the left armpit, the left side. Draw yourself back to center and then roll over your knees. Find a tabletop position with the shoulders over the wrists and the hips over the knees. Spread the webbing of the fingers really wide into the floor. Feel the groundedness through the hands and lift the heart space forwards. Draw the tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, round the spine. Curl the toes under, draw your navel in. Moving really slowly with awareness. Inhale, lift the chest, curl the tailbone. Exhale, round the spine. Draw the shoulder blades away from the spine. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round the spine. Tuck the chin. Okay, nice. Find a neutral spine. And then draw the hands towards the back of the mat and the heel of the hand facing forwards. Press into all 4 corners of the hands and gently lean back a little bit, so just warming up the wrists. If you want to take it a little bit further, you can draw your sit bones quite far back. Take a nice connected breath. And bring yourself back. Press into the hands, find a plank pose. Getting straight into it, draw the heels back, feel that nice long line of energy all the way from the heels, up the legs, up the spines, and find that rootedness through your fingers. Inhale, taking a breath here. Exhale, draw the shoulders forward of the wrists, so you're rocking your body forward. Inhale. And exhale, draw yourself back. 4 more rounds. Inhale, draw yourself forward. And exhale, draw yourself back. Inhale, rock it forwards, draw your navel in. Exhale, draw it back. One last one. Inhale, rock it forwards. And exhale, draw your heels back, drop the knees down to the floor, come into a child's pose. Reach the hands out in front of you and melt the heart towards the earth, towards your thighs. Take a nice deep breath, really feeling that opening in the armpits and the sides of the waist. And then look forward and cup your fingertips on the floor like a spider. Inhale, rocking forward, glide yourself forward onto your lower belly, coming all the way down. Let's go for 2 rounds of Cobra. Inhale, lifting the chest, broadening the collarbones. And exhale, melt the heart down to the floor. 1 more. Inhale, lift the chest, squeeze your buttocks. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Okay, nice. Interlace the hands behind your back now and lift the chest off the floor, coming into your locust. Draw your shoulders down and back. Energize your legs, really press the tops of the feet into the floor. Feeling the opening of the heart space. Hug your thighs together. And keep drawing your hands towards the back of the mat. Look down to the mat. 2 more breaths. See if you can maybe lift the lower belly off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down. And then release your hands. And bring your hands beneath the shoulders, curl the toes under, and push up into a plank. Really nice and slow. Moving with control. Exhale, hips up and back into downward facing dog. Okay, let's find our down dog, bending one leg at a time, relaxing the face, spreading the fingers wide and really finding that connection through your hands, that feeling of stability, that feeling of groundedness. Take 2 more breaths here. You're welcome to sway your hips from side to side. Just create any movement really to warm up the hips and the back lines of the legs. And then find stillness in your shape. Draw the heels down closer to the earth. Feel the length of the spine. Then begin to elevate the heels off the floor and really slowly, as if you're moving through water, ripple forward to a plank pose. Shoulders on top of the wrists, press away from the floor. Inhale. Exhale, hanging cobra, drop the hips down, keep the toes curling under, lift the chest forwards, feel the opening of the heart space. Squeeze your biceps into each other, keep the legs super turned on, nice and active. And moving with the hips guiding the movement, start to curl the tailbone up to the sky and push up and back into downward facing dog. Okay, we'll go for 1 more round like that. Begin to elevate the heels off the floor, ripple forward into your plank. Just moving with really slowly and with control. Press into your fingers. Inhale. Exhale, drop the hips down, hanging cobra. Energize your thighs together, broaden the collarbones, and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Feel the opening. Inhale. Leading with the hips, start to arch the spine and curl the tailbone up and push up and back into downward facing dog. Okay, really nice. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then looking forward in between your hands, find a Untitled, left knee lowers to the floor, right foot steps in between the hands. Reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, float the hands down to the floor, pick up the left knee and step the left foot forward to meet the right. Come to a halfway lift, press into both of your feet, hands on the shins, elevate the chest forwards. And exhale, fold forward over your legs. Root to rise, high mountain, reach the hands up to the sky. And then bring the palms together to touch. Energetically draw your thighs away from each other and take a little back bend here. Keeping the core engaged, squeezing your buttocks. Feel that really beautiful opening in the chest. And then bring the palms to the heart space, bring yourself back to center. Exhale, folding forward over your legs. Inhale to a halfway lift, press into your feet. Exhale, step the right foot behind you, Anjayasana, low lunge. Sweep the hands up to the sky, feel the energy all the way up your spine. Hug your thighs together. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down to the floor and step it back to a plank. And then move through a Vinyasa at your own pace. Chaturanga to Updog. Draw the shoulders down and back. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. You're welcome to take a bend in the knees if you're still feeling a little bit tight in the hips or the legs today. Moving on, begin to elevate the heels off the floor and then drop your knees down to the floor, finding a tabletop position. Finding your alignment, claw into your fingers and pick the feet off the floor. So you're on your knees. And then spin both of the feet over to the right side and send the left leg behind you to the back of the mat and reach the left hand up to the sky. Keep grounding through that right palm and keep the whole of that left foot grounded. Taking a breath. Pick that right knee off the floor. So you're in this side plank variation. Keep pressing into that right palm and then draw the left wrist down to meet the right and draw the right knee into your chest. Inhale, hold. On the exhale, come onto the outer blade of that left foot and drop the right foot over to the left side in a wild thing variation. Elevate the hips up and reach the right hand up to the sky. You might reach all the way over. If you're not feeling open enough yet, just take a sort of more subtle variation of this wild thing. Take a breath. Lower the right hand down to the floor, draw the right knee into your chest. High on the ball of that back foot, hold. Step in between your hands, Anjayasana, left knee lowers, sweep the hands up to the sky. Inhale, find length. Exhale, lower the hands down to the floor, step it back to a plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga, elbows to outer ribs. Inhale, Updog or Cobra, lift the chest. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Soften the face, relax the jaw. And press into all four corners of your hands. Begin to elevate the heels off the floor, bending your knees and drop yourself down into a tabletop position. Coming back. Pick up your feet and spin them over to the other side, to the left side. Curling those left toes under, send the right leg behind you, reach the right hand up to the sky. Feel the energy through that hand all the way up. Ground that right foot on the floor. And then pick the left knee off the floor. Inhale. Feel the strength in the left hand. Lower the right hand down to meet the left. Draw the left knee into your chest, hollowing out the armpits. Hold here. And then come onto the outer blade of the right foot and drop back into your wild thing. Squeeze your sit bones, press into that right foot, and you might lift the hips up a little bit higher and reach the left hand up and over. Inhale. Feel the opening. And exhale, moving slowly with control. It's much harder to do it slowly. Lower the left hand down, draw the left knee into your chest. Ground through your hands. Step in between the hands, Anjayasana, right knee lowers, sweep the hands up. Draw the hips forwards and down. Really getting into our hips. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, lower the hands down to the floor, step it back to a plank, and move through Chaturanga to Updog. Press away from the floor with the tops of the feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. And draw your heart closer towards your thighs and really keep the energy flowing in your legs. Take a full breath. Begin to elevate the heels off the floor. Drop your knees down. Find a tabletop position. Okay, you know where we're going. Pick the feet off the floor. Spin them over to the right side. And the left leg extends to the back of the mat. Left hand reaches up to the sky. Inhale, ground that left foot onto the floor. Pick that right knee up. Claw through the right fingers, hold. And drop that left hand down, draw the right knee into your chest. Inhale, draw your navel inwards. And begin to come onto the edge of that left foot, drop back into a wild thing. Squeeze your sit bones and elevate the chest up. Feel the rootedness through that left palm. And open up the heart space to the front, maybe reaching that hand towards the front as well. Take a breath. Explore the sensation. And slowly now, again, with control, right hand lowers down, right knee into your chest. High on the ball of that back foot, round the upper back a little bit. And step it through, Anjayasana. Left knee lowers, energize your arms upwards. Press into that front foot, and then curl those back toes under. Inhale. Exhale, high lunge, rising up. Press into both feet. Keep the arms nice and energized. And then we'll cactus the arms, bending the elbows like wings as you lift the chest forward. Keep the core engaged and try to bring it into the chest instead of the lower back. Bring your hands up back to center. And then bring the palms together. Slowly shift the weight forward, warrior three, picking up that left leg. Flexing that left foot. Bring the thumbs into the breastplate. Inhale. Find your focus. Exhale, half moon. Cup the right fingertips on the floor and reach the left hand up to the sky, or you can keep it on the hips. You're moving towards stacking your hips. Keep that back leg really nice and energized. Take a breath. Feel rooted through that right foot. Slowly begin to bend that right leg, step it back to warrior two. Nice and grounded in your warrior. Inhale. Lengthen the spine, energize your arms. Reverse your warrior, reaching up and over, breathing into the right side of the body with your ribs rotating up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, swivel over to the side of your mat, finding your prasarita. Part of Tadasana, straddle. Press into the outer blades of the feet and fold in between the legs. Turn your thighs on, draw your kneecaps up. Inhale, come to a halfway lift. And exhale, folding a little bit deeper. You're welcome to play here if you want to wrap your hands around your ankles and draw your head a little bit closer in between the legs. You're welcome to do that. So just meeting yourself where you're at. Maybe finding your edge today, or maybe drawing back a little bit. Take a breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the chest. Draw the heels in and the toes out. Find your horse, sweeping the hands up to the sky. And then bring them together and bring them into the heart space. Nice and low into your horse. Okay, we'll do sort of like a cactus-like action now with the arms whilst we're in our horse. So inhale, reach the hands out, so like wings. And then on the exhale, round the spine. It's like that cat motion as you bring the hands together. We'll go for two more. See if you can stay with it. Keep pressing into your feet. Inhale, open up. And exhale, round the spine, rounding the hands like a ball. Last one, inhale. And exhale. I know it's strong. Okay, press into the feet, rise up, 5-pointed star, bring the palms together, and then bring it into the heart space. Swivel over to the front, low lunge. Inhale, lift the chest. On the exhale, send the right leg up to the sky, three-legged dog. Open up the hip, bend the knee. Ground through your hands. Then straighten out that right leg and step in between the hands. Find a low lunge. Lift the chest. And then drop the left knee down to the floor. Find a half splits. Straightening out the right leg. And working nice and deep into the hamstring. Take a breath. Coming back to your intention, that feeling of gratitude. And walk yourself forward, coming back to a low lunge, and reach the right hand up to the sky, easy twist. Ground through the left palm, inhale. Exhale, come onto the outer blade of that right foot and stack the ankles, find a side plank. Root through the left palm. And then drop that right foot over to that left side, finding a wild thing. Pressing away from the floor with the left foot, elevating the hips up. And really anchoring through that left hand. One more breath here. Slowly revolving yourself back to center, find a plank, ground through the palms, and move through a Vinyasa of your choice. Chaturanga to Updog or Cobra. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a full breath in here. On the end of your exhale, elevate the heels off the floor and drop your knees down to the floor. Find a tabletop position. Press into the palms. Pick up the feet on the knees. Spin them over to the left side and send the right leg behind you. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Ground that back foot into the ground. Pick the left knee off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Left knee draws inwards, around the upper back. Feel the traction through the shoulders. Then come onto the edge of that right foot and drop that left foot back into a wild thing. Elevate the hips up. You can look up towards the front, lifting the chest and clawing through the right fingers. Keep your legs really nice and turned on. Slowly, always keeping the core engaged, draw yourself back to center. Left knee draws inwards. Press into your hands. Step in between the hands, Anjayasana. Right knee lowers. Sweep the hands up to the sky. Inhale. Take a moment to come back to your breath. Exhale. Cactus the arms. Lift the chest. Press into both feet, rise up into a high lunge, reach the hands up to the sky. Hug your thighs together. Reach the hands up. And then bring the palms into the chest. Shift the weight forward into your warrior three. Keep that back leg super turned on. Press into all four corners of the left foot. Lift the chest a little bit. And feel the strength of the back body. One more breath here. Beautiful. Lower the left hand down to the floor. Find your half moon shape. Really moving slowly. So thinking about how you get into the shape, not rushing anything. So we're moving towards stacking the hips. Eventually you'll get there. Flexing that back foot. And feeling that rebound energy from that standing leg. Activate your thighs. Connect to your breath. One more breath. Begin to bend your standing leg. Step it back to warrior two. Nice and strong in your warrior. Press into the outer blade of the right foot. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and over. Breathe into the left side. Keep drawing the tailbone down. And then swivel over to the side. Find your straddle. Press into the feet. Make sure they're in line with each other as you fold forward in between the legs. So keep it nice and active. Turn your thighs on. Turn your quads on. And drawing your head or your hands a little bit closer to the floor. And feel that sense of connection. Inhale, halfway lift, lift the chest. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper, maybe wrapping your hands around the ankles and drawing your heart closer in between the thighs. Notice how different it feels when you squeeze your buttocks and your thighs. You feel so much more grounded. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, finding your horse, heels draw in, toes out. Let's reach the hands up to the sky and bring them together and then into the heart space. We'll just go for 2 rounds. Inhale, bringing the hands out like wings. And exhale, rounding the arms as if you're wrapping the hands around a big ball. Inhale, open up, lift the chest. And exhale, round really nice and slowly. Press into the feet, rise up, 5-pointed star, bring the palms together. Looking towards the front, find a low lunge at the top of the space. Inhale. Exhale, send the left leg up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Open up the hip, enjoy that nice sensation of the opening. Ground through the hands. And then straighten out that leg, step in between the hands, find a low lunge. Lift the chest forwards. And then drop that right knee down to the floor, find a half splits. Straightening out that left leg and drawing the sit bones towards the back. Breathe into your shape. Breathe into the left hip. Not judging yourself at any point during the practice, really just inviting that sense of play. Okay, moving on, moving forwards, come back to a low lunge and reach the left hand up to the sky. Easy twist, look up towards the fingers. Come onto the edge of that foot and find your side plank. Elevate the hips up, really press into that right palm. Inhale. Really nice and strong. Exhale, drop that left foot back towards the side and find a wild thing. Squeeze your sit bones and elevate the hips up. So that when the more active those legs are, the more groundedness you'll feel, the more stability you'll have to lift the chest further. Inhale, take a nice breath here. And slowly drawing yourself back to a plank pose. Bring yourself back to center. Chaturanga to Updog or Cobra. Exhale, push up and back into downward facing dog. Let's take 2 nice connected breaths here. Just to come back to your breath and that feeling of centeredness. Softening the face. And just letting go of any expectations that you have of yourself. Just trying to enjoy the sensation of exploring every movement with breath. On the end of the exhale, elevate the right leg up to the sky. 3-legged dog, open up the hip, bend the knee. Look towards your hands and step the right hand outside of the right foot outside of the right hand, in a lizard shape. Ground through the palms. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Find a Virasana squat. Heels in and toes slightly out. Bring the palms together. The elbows drawing to the inner thighs. Lift the chest forwards. Elongating the spine. And then press into both of your feet and slowly rise up to standing. Reach the hands up to the sky. Press into the feet. Bring the palms together. And then sink back into your Virasana. We'll go for one more round like this. Elbows to the inner thighs. Elevate the chest. And rise up. Reach the hands up to the sky. One last time. Sink back into your Virasana. Inhale. Exhale, rise up. Reach the hands up. Heel toe your feet so they're hip distance apart. And then press into that left foot and draw the right knee into your chest. Inhale. exhale, slowly draw that right knee over to the right side. So you still have a nice bend in the knee. And draw it back to center. Bring the palms into the chest. Slowly send that right leg behind you, warrior three. Hips pointing down, squeeze your sit bones. And keep the core really nice and connected. One more breath. Feel that stability through the left foot. Begin to bend that left leg and step it back nice and slow. High lunge, reaching the hands up to the sky. Draw the tailbone down. Sink really nice and low into that lunge if you can. And then cactus the arms, lift the chest. Bend the elbows. Inhale, feel the opening. Exhale, bring the hands up. And then float them down to the floor. Find a low lunge. Lift the chest forwards. And then find a long pyramid pose, so straightening out both legs. You might need to walk that right foot forward a little bit, just to modify as you need. That right back heel is lifted. Both legs are super energized. Inhale, lift the chest a little bit. And exhale, folding forward over that leg. Explore the breath in this shape. Inhale, lifting the chest. Come back to a low lunge and reach the left hand up to the sky. Easy twist, looking up towards the fingers. Come onto the edge of that foot and find a side plank. And modify as you need. If you need to place that left foot in front of you, you're welcome to do that. Squeeze your buttocks and elevate the hips up. Inhale. And exhale, drop that left foot back in a wild thing. So that left foot is dropping over to the right side. Lift the heart space. By now you know where we're going. Press into that right foot. Explore the shape. Feel the groundedness through the right hand. And then slowly draw yourself back to center. Left hand lowers. And move through a vinyasa really slowly, like in slow motion. Upward facing dog. Open up the heart space to the front. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers really wide. And take a moment to connect. Closing the mouth and maintaining that nasal breathing. Elevate the left leg off the floor, three-legged dog. And then open up the hip, bend the knee, stack the hips. Straighten out the left leg and step outside of the left hand, finding a lizard shape. Ground through the palms. Elevate the chest. And feel that nice long line of energy all the way up that leg, up your spine. Inhale. On the exhale, step the right foot forward to meet the left, finding your malasana. Bring the palms together. And open up the thighs a little bit more by feeling a little bit of traction with the elbows to the inner thighs. Elongate the spine, feel that rootedness. And then press into both feet and really slowly rise up. Reach the hands up and bring the palms together to touch. And then slowly sinking back into your malasana. We'll just go for one more. Inhale, finding length first. Exhale, pressing into the feet, rising up. Bring the palms to touch. And then heel toe your feet together so the hip distance apart. Rooting down through your feet. Energetically draw your thighs away from each other. And then press into the right foot. Draw the left knee into your chest. Find your drishti. Find your focus. Slowly draw that left knee over to the left side. Squeeze your right sit bone. Keep drawing the hands up to the sky. Keep drawing your navel in. And then bring that knee back to center. Bring the palms together and slowly the left leg goes behind you in Warrior 3. Bring the palms together at the heart space. Hug your thighs together. Inhale. One more breath. Exhale, step it back. High lunge, reach the hands up to the sky. Sink nice and low in your lunge. Hug the thighs together and then cactus the arms. Really bring it into the chest, the pecs. Bending the elbows. Feel the opening. Reach the hands up. And then float them down to the floor. Find a low lunge. Inhale, lift. And exhale, come into your wide pyramid pose, taking whatever variation you did on the other side. So straightening out both legs. Hug your thighs, turn your thighs on, and fold forward over the right shin. Take a breath. Inhale, halfway lift. Bend your right knee, easy twist. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Open up the chest to the right side. Come onto the edge of that foot and stack the right ankle on top of the left. Find your side plank. Starting to feel that fire up through the side body, the obliques. Keep reaching that right hand up. Inhale, beautiful. Exhale, drop the right foot over to the left side in a wild thing. Squeeze your buttocks, elevate the chest. And lean that right hand over to the front. Take one more breath here. Keep pressing into that left foot. And then slowly come back into a plank, moving slowly with control. Chaturanga, elbows to outer ribs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, push up and back, downward facing dog. Draw your heart closer towards your thighs. And focus on the heart space. Focus on that area. And the chest, the ribs. On the end of your exhale, begin to elevate the heels off the floor and drop down into a tabletop position. Pressing into both of your feet. You know where we're going. This is the last time we'll be doing this. Pick the feet off the floor and spin them over to the right side. So the left leg behind you and reach the left hand up to the sky. Inhale. Claw through that right hand. Pick up that right knee. Draw the right knee into your chest as the left hand lowers. Inhale. Exhale, coming onto the edge of the left foot. Drop it back into a wild thing. Squeeze your buttocks. Elevate the hips and the chest. And then lower that right hand down, slowly coming back to this plank variation. Step in between the hands, find your Anjayasana. Reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down to the floor and pick up the left leg in a half split, half lift shape. So your fingers are on the floor and that left leg is extended behind you. Press into that right foot. And then drop that left leg down to meet the right in a forward fold. Folding over your legs, tucking the chin. Inhale, coming halfway, lift the chest. And then rise all the way up to Tadasana. Reach the hands up to the sky and bring the palms together. And then bring them into the heart space. Okay. Press into both of your feet and then slowly play. So just don't stress too much about it if you're struggling with balance, but just play with beginning to lift the heels off the floor. So you're on the balls of the feet. Place the hands on the hips. Squeeze your thighs together and then slowly draw yourself down. So slowly begin to bend the knees and draw yourself in slow motion all the way down towards your heels. So we're coming into a toe stand here. Okay, you can either place your hands alongside the edges of the mat, or if you can hold, you might bring them on top of the thighs. So see if you can stay with it. And try to draw the shoulders so they're in line with the hips. This will help with balance. Take a breath. And then lower the hands out in front of you in between the legs and start to draw your thighs apart. So we're in this kind of like Tadasana shape. You're still on the balls of your feet. And then begin to fold forward in between the legs. So you're sort of like crouching down and lowering the hands down, and then folding forward in between the legs as the thighs draw apart. Take a breath. Okay, really nice. Lift the chest. Draw your feet back to center and exhale, fold forward, lifting the sit bones up and finding a normal standing forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway, lift the chest. Exhale, step it back to downward facing dog, hips up and back. Okay, moving on. Elevate the heels off the floor, drop the knees down to the floor, find a tabletop position. Ground through the hands, pick the feet off the floor, spin them over to the left side and send the right leg behind you. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Inhale. Nice opening. And exhale, pick the left knee off the floor. Draw the right hand down. Left knee draws inwards towards the chest. Last time we're doing this. Come onto the edge of the right foot and drop it back into a wild thing. Elevate the hips up. Ground through the right hand. Inhale. And slowly draw yourself back. Lower the left palm down, roll the left knee into your chest, and step in between the hands, find a low lunge. Inhale. Press into that front foot and find a half lift, half splits, picking up the right leg, and the fingers on the floor, elevate the chest slightly, keep drawing your navel in. And then lower the right foot down to meet the left, find a standing forward fold. And drawing your heart closer towards your thighs. Inhale, coming halfway. And then rising up into a high mountain shape. Reach the hands up to the sky. Bring the palms together. And then bring it into the heart space. We'll do that toe standing weird shape again. Begin to elevate the heels off the floor. And just find a sense of play. Don't worry about wobbling. Squeeze your thighs together. Slowly draw yourself down. So bending the knees. It might be easier to place the hands on the hips. And coming into a toe stand with the thighs drawing into each other. You can lower the fingers down to the floor for stability if you need. Take a breath. And then drop all the way down onto your sit bones. We are on the floor. Hallelujah. Draw yourself all the way down onto your spine. Draw your knees into your chest. Okay, lower the feet down to the floor. Bring them so that they're hip distance apart. I'll go for one round of bridge now. So you can take a more sort of baby bridge if you want. Otherwise, pressing into your feet and elevating the hips up to the sky. Energetically draw your thighs together. One more breath. And slowly roll the spine all the way down to the floor, one vertebra at a time. Okay, we're going to come into our full wheel shape here. If you're really tired and you're just not feeling it, then just go into, you're welcome to do another bridge pose, or you can just draw your knees into your chest and chill. Okay, I'm just going to demo just quickly. First, before you try it, so bring the palms, feet hip distance apart. The heel of the hand faces forwards to the front line of the mat, and your hands are alongside the ears. Press into all four corners of the feet, and then the first action is to lift yourself up onto the top of the head. So it's the top of the head, it's not the forehead or the back of the head. You might stay here. If you have the strength and the openness in the shoulders, slowly begin to straighten out the arms, and then thinking about lifting the chest in between the gates of the shoulders. You'll look down towards your hands or towards the space in between the hands. So try not to crank your neck up, okay? And then if you want to take it a bit further, you're welcome to walk your feet a little bit closer towards the hands. Otherwise, coming down, slowly begin to bend the elbows, same way we came. Lower yourself onto the top of the head, and then the rest of the body draws down to the floor. Okay, so you can go get into your bridge pose, or otherwise let's give it a go. Okay, hands out alongside the ears, with the heel of the hand facing forwards. Press into both of your feet, push up onto the top of the head. If you're okay here, you might bring yourself all the way up into that full wheel shape, lifting the chest. So obviously your legs are really turned on here. So keep pressing away from the floor with your feet. And squeeze your buttocks. There's absolutely no danger in squeezing your buttocks. If anyone ever tells you not to squeeze your buttocks in this pose, that is not accurate information. Okay, keep pressing into your hands, look in between the hands. And when you're ready, really slowly and carefully come down onto the top of the head, and then lower yourself all the way down to the floor. Okay, when you're done, you can draw your knees into your chest and give yourself a nice little squeeze. And just rock from side to side, just gently massaging the spine into the floor. Coming back to your breath. And bring yourself back to center and cross the right foot outside of the left thigh. Interlace your hands around the left thigh or the shin and draw the left thigh into the chest. Allow the head to feel heavy here. And just getting that nice release in the outer hips. And take 3 more breaths here, noticing how it feels to have the spine rooted on the ground. And then release your hands and change sides, crossing the left foot outside of the right thigh, interlacing the hands, and drawing the whole leg package into the heart space. Allow the body to soften a little bit more with each breath. And then release both of the legs, bring the knees together, and bring the arms out in a capital T shape. And lower both of the knees over to the left side in a twist. Looking over your right shoulder and drawing the right shoulder down closer to the earth. Breathing into the right side, and really allow that feeling of softness to permeate through your whole body. And allowing the breath to slow down. bring your knees back to center and change sides, lowering the right knees over to the other side. Sorry, the knees over to the right side. And trying to ground the left shoulder into the earth. Creating a sense of spaciousness, of expansiveness. Maybe coming back to your intention. And draw your knees back to center and find our final shape, Shavasana, spreading the legs really wide and bringing the palms out alongside the body, facing up towards the sky. And find a shape that you can stay in for about 2 minutes without fidgeting. And just allow your practice to seep into the body, into the very depth of your being. Relax your toes, soften the ankles, and feel the weight of the body into the floor. Can you soften the body a little bit more with each breath? Can you release a little bit more? Begin to deepen your breath. And bring your awareness to the heart space. And feel the warmth in that region. At your own pace, begin to invite movement into the fingers and the toes. Very slowly bringing yourself back into the space that you're in. You can bring the movement into the wrists, into the ankles, and stretch in any way that feels good. And then when you're ready, you can roll over to one side, finding a fetal position. Bending the knees and just taking a few moments before you sit up to think about what you'd like to bring into the week ahead or the day or the evening ahead. And when you're ready, you can find a seat, a comfortable seat. So let's sit up. And grounding down through your sit bones. Let's bring the palms together at the heart space and take a breath. Inhale in through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Bow your head to your heart. Namaste.